So greetings everybody. We're sitting here on the back lawn of the Spear Street offices where Emil and I work every day, and Kaylin comes and joins us. It's prime spring migration season. You might notice the leaves are just starting to bud out for those of you who are far away in Guyana and Houston. We're psyched to actually be outside in the sunshine, and we're coming to you via video today to offer the first of a series of short videos that will provide a little additional context for you about the project process. We've been really intentional about trying to create a structure and platform to make sure you feel really supported as you begin further developing the ideas for your project that you'll take on over the course of the next year. There are two specific resources we want to make sure that you're intimately familiar with as you embark on this project process. The first is the HackPad site that Emil has put together that offers an arc and a timeline of the project process from start to finish. And the second is the Blackboard site, which will be online as of next week and will begin to deliver some more specific content and specific assignments that will help you through this process. The last thing that we want to make sure that you're aware of is a Google folder. This is essentially a portfolio that will be available to you and to your committee members, where we store some of the really key documents that you're creating over the course of your project. This will include the foundations assignment, which is due in about a week. It will include your project proposal and a handful of other very specific documents that will help your committee and yourself keep track of your evolving thinking as your project unfolds. The first thing that will actually be put in that Google folder is your foundations assignment, which is due on May 20th, and it's an opportunity for you to address 5 central questions. Before there were 4, we just added a 5th in a very succinct way. The 5th question that you'll see added to that is a simple question about how you're going to track your own learning and the evolution of your thinking. So part of how we'll measure rigor for your project is understanding how your thinking and your questions have evolved from the beginning of your project to the end of your project. And to make sure that you can actually track that, we want to invite you to give some thought to the mechanism by which you'll be reflective and reflexive throughout your process. That might look like continuing your journaling process. It might look like capturing some photo and video work, but we want to make sure that that reflective journaling process is not lost throughout the course of your project. The last thing we want to say is that there is a really robust cast of individuals who are here to support you throughout this master's project. That includes our leadership team, Emil, Kaylin, myself, and it also includes a number of professional affiliates who you've had less opportunity to connect with. One of those individuals is Miss Dengette Smith. She'll be guiding you through the next series of assignments related to theory of change and leverage points. Those will be coming up on Blackboard. And then you'll also have an opportunity to spend some time with Britt Yamamoto, one of our professional affiliates who has a lot of expertise in terms of thinking about manifesting projects and moving them from vision to fruition through structured process. So I want to take a moment and turn the camera and introduce you to Britt Yamamoto.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Britt Yamamoto and I am talking to you from Seattle, Washington on a very glorious May day. So Matt and Emil asked me to say a few words about myself to introduce me to you. So here I am. So let's see. I am based here in Seattle, Washington. For the last 10 years, I've been teaching in a graduate program called the Center for Creative Change at Antioch University, Seattle, where I've been working with graduate students in a master's degree program and really helping them to be more effective leaders of social change. Sound familiar? In particular, I have been the one who is in charge of the second year course, which involves the Applied Social Change Project. So you can see where now I've been invited to be a part of your journey here from here forth. A little bit more about myself and my personal and professional ecology. So I have quite a circuitous route to where I am now. I'm originally from Southern California. I grew up on the beaches of Southern California, and therefore I'm very happy at the weather today. You can probably tell it's quite nice and warm. Let's see, I have an organization that I founded called iLeap, and we work with social justice leaders from all over the world in really helping to deepen their leadership and grow their capacity to create change. To this point, we have about 450 graduates from 32 countries, and so I've been doing this the last 8 years in addition to my work teaching as a core faculty in the Center for Creative Change. In the last year, I decided to transition from that work with Antioch, and so now I'm here with you. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better and working with you. Before I went back to graduate school, I was an organic farmer, and my orientation to social justice and social change work has always been around the food sector. And so even though now my work at iLeap is more broad and ecumenical when it comes to issue, my own orientation is very much around food, access to food, food systems, and really about the relationship between us and what we put in our mouths. I'm married. I have a 12-year-old son who will be 13 in just a matter of a few weeks. So those of you who have children can imagine that my life is quite full with various preteen type work. And there goes a very classic Seattle type hybrid car. So my work with you is really going to be around your second year applied projects. Throughout the year I'll be dropping in and offering perhaps some experiences that I've had and helping to help guide you. I also believe that I'll be serving as an advisor to some of you if you choose. Let's see, anything else? So I have my PhDs in geography from the University of Washington, where I focused on the political ecology of food and looking at the relationships again between what we put in our mouths and what happens in the world. My own graduate school experience was not the most positive, and so therefore the way I work with graduate students is very much informed by perhaps creating the kind of world that I would have hoped for and relationships that I wish to have during my time in grad school. So working together will really be informed by that. A little bit more about me. I like to use a lot of four-letter words in addition to the typical ones. Love and hope are also very much a very present part of my vocabulary. Enjoy eating quite a bit, using my slow cooker, cooking with my wife and son, and admittedly really like or feel quite strongly about the Seattle Seahawks football team. So anyway, you'll get to know me more as the year progresses. I look forward to learning more about you and each of your stories and helping you along your graduate school journey, which I know is not an easy one. It's informed, it is the, let's just say, the worst cocktail of opportunities for all of your personal shit to come out, whether it's insecurity, self-doubt, measuring yourself up against others, who knows what, but for whatever reason, graduate school is the place where a lot of that stuff comes out. Anyway, it doesn't have to be heavy, it doesn't have to be hard, and it really shouldn't be. And ultimately, the reason I do this work is because I believe there's a very intimate relationship between how we learn and how we create change in the world. So that's always been my orientation. As my work with iLeap has continued to grow and my work with graduate students over the last 10 years, I see that even more strongly. And so I look forward to helping to transform your orientation to the world, your orientation to yourself, and to enjoy some good laughs along the way. So you can reach me at brit@ileap.org. I'm sure my contact information will be passed along to you in other ways too, but more importantly, I look forward to meeting you in person very soon. So thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself, and good luck as you embark on this next stage of your graduate school journey. Bye.
Thank you, Britt. Really great to have you as a part of this team. We're going to wrap this video by just mentioning that there are a series of additional videos that are going to be short snippets that provide more context for things like your studies committee, things like the open house process that we're launching into next week, and additional assignments to come. There'll be little nuggets of wisdom from Britt that he'll be offering us periodically throughout the course of the next 6 months. So stay tuned for those, and you can scan right over to one of those coming up next.